Hey folks, it's Mark from Top Notch Farms here, and beautiful summer day here, and we just got a new hose reel, and I'm just gonna unbox it here and figured I'd bring you guys along with me. Our other hose getting pretty old, leaking. I've patched it a few times. Every time I patch it, it seems like I find a new leak, so I figured I'd make the investment into a new hose reel. So we've got the Giraffe 5/8 115 retractable hose reel, I should say. So yeah, the plan is to mount it here. We got a water spigot coming out of the my garage here. I got a post sunk here. I'm just gonna make sure it's gonna fit here. That's a 6x6 post that I had kicking around, just an extra piece, and the plan is to mount this here. So let's unbox it here and see what we got. Instruction manual. So we got a nozzle here, some mounting hardware, so this would be the main component here. So this is the part that I'm the most excited about, is that it's going to attach to that post, retract, it's self-retracting, and then just fits in here with this pin. So we'll mount this to the wall, and then in winter and stuff like that, it's going to be really easy to take off. So the reason I didn't stick that post in the ground and set it yet was to make sure that this is going to fit. So looks like that's a pretty good fit there. So the next question is do I have it high enough? That is just a leftover piece of post I have, so. And there's also the attachment to go from the hose reel to the spigot here. All right, let's see here how this is gonna look. I think that's going to be a pretty good fit. So let's take this out. Nothing else in the box here. And why don't I set up to put that post in the ground and get everything mounted to the post, and then I'll take you guys back here. To put this post in, so I dug this hole by hand. I'll attach a video at the end if anyone wants to see me digging a hole by hand. It's riveting filming, 100%. So just, you know, gonna get this somewhat level here to get a sense, and then I'm going to start filling it. I mean, I'll worry about the level as we get a little bit tighter. So that's a bit level there, and yeah, so let's backfill a little bit. We'll tamp it down, and then we'll check the level here. So the nice part about this Giraffe hose reel is it does swivel 180 degrees. So where I position it, it's going to be able to get all in front of my garage here, and then as well as out into my yard a little bit. The digging wasn't too bad. You can see it's mainly a mix of shale and stuff. We got some rocks in there. This is pretty typical for our soil type around here. We have a sandstone based soil where we live. So let me just grab a shovel here. Okay, so I'll check for level again here. And I might lean it back just a little, so it is, so when the weight comes on, it is like the hose reel is going to pull it this way a little bit. So I might just lean it back just a little, so then it will straighten itself up as it comes along here. So I had considered going and buying, you can buy a spray foam or a spray foam type material now that you just kind of crack it open and you fill a hole, but I don't want to make a trip to the store, so you know, we're doing this the old-fashioned way here. Okay, let's check for level again here. A little bit. Okay, let's tamp it a little bit on that side. Not bad. Okay, and that is, I mean, it should really, to be straightened, it should go that way some, but like I said, the weight of it's going to be pulling it that way, so I'm content if it's leaning back towards the garage a little bit. And so now that I'm feeling a little bit closer, I just got a little pry bar here, a little bit more weight to it. Who needs a gym membership? Just buy a farm, right? And then you're spending money to farm instead of spending money on a gym membership. Okay, I'll check it one more time here. Okay, so I've got it pretty much straight up and down this way, leaning a little bit back towards the garage that way. But I'm planning on mounting it on this face, so that's pretty good. So the other hose, it's interesting. I've tried to fix it a few times, but it has these internal ribs on the hose. I'm assuming to keep it from kinking, but it just makes it impossible to join two pieces together with it leaking. I've tried 3 different types of joining tools. I have tried the screw bands. I've tried the clamp bands. I have heated up the brass fitting and gotten it pretty much as hot as I dare to, and then attached it to try and get the plastic to mold in. I have put Teflon tape on it. Anyways, I'm just kind of done. I'm tired of messing with it, and you know, when I have other people, sometimes I have other people cut the grass, I'm always worried someone's just going to catch it anyways. Okay, almost done. Okay, Romy. That post seems pretty in there to me, so, which is what I want. Okay. I think I got this 4 feet down, which is our frost line here. I guess it probably is anywhere, but anyways. All right, that to me is a fairly well set post. I mean, it's not like we're opening a fence on it or anything like that. It just needs to be able to handle the weight of the hose reel. All right. So the next step is going to be, we're going to mount this here, and we'll use the hardware that came with it, and I'm going to drill some pilot holes here. So I think we'll keep it pretty much right to the top, especially since I'm going to drill some pilot holes first. So just got a drill, the drill bit on it, a little bit smaller than the diameter of the carriage bolts, or sorry, the leg screw. Try and line this up straight here. Okay. I don't know why I'm holding that post. It is in there pretty solid. Okay. So just grab my hardware here. So these would be, I think, anchors for concrete, stuff like that. I don't need those. I'm putting this into a pressure treated post. Okay. And I just have my impact driver here. There is an up arrow on this, so I think you have to be trying to do it wrong. Seems pretty straightforward so far. I'll just get the other started here. I don't want to tighten this down too much. Don't want to crack the plastic or anything. Okay, that is on there. Okay, now I think we can set it in place. All right, and so now you can see that can swivel 180 degrees. Seems pretty slick so far. Okay, so the next step here is to attach the water to the actual hose. So the hose bib. Okay, I did buy a splitter, so I'm going to go grab the splitter and we'll put that in place. We'll Teflon the connection, and I'll take you around for that. Attachment piece here. And I'd really like this not to leak, so I am going to take the time to Teflon tape this. I mean, this is something you can pick up at any hardware store. I mean, in fact, the last few times I've bought any hose connections or anything like that on Amazon, they usually throw a little roll of it in there too, because I mean, they just don't want you to have a leaky hose. So I did pick up a four-way splitter. I'm not terribly happy with this because I'm going from a 3/4 inch line to then, I don't know if you can, how well you can see this, but it definitely would be reducing in volume coming out of there. So I'm going to start probably feeding my whole garden irrigation system from this location. So I'll be able to mix up my fertilizer and everything here. And then I'm thinking probably with a submersible pump, I'll be able to pump everything out. I'm probably going to take the time to build a manifold. I'm thinking at a PEX. I was looking at ABS, but PEX might be just as easy, and then I'd have the tools. But anyways, long story short, not really happy with this. You're going from 3/4 down to probably a 1/2 inch, so I'm really losing a lot of volume in the flow. But for today, I'm going to use it, and then that way we can continue to come over here and fill other things without going to the hose. So, anyways, so some Teflon tape. I mean, this is just basically a compression fitting when you're getting onto here, so this is just going to help it to have a nice little tight seal on it. So you want to generally go against the thread, how you're threading on the pipe there. So you're going to be compressing the Teflon as you're going. And that little indentation makes this a little hard to get on, but I'm trying not to trying to keep this apart here. 2 hands would probably be helpful. All right, let's do this. That's probably not the best demonstration of how that is supposed to work, but you get the idea. So, fasten this in here, and hopefully hand tight will do it, especially with the Teflon tape. And I might as well Teflon the nozzle here on the hose bib. Okay, we'll put on our connector here, or splitter I should say. So I did buy this all brass. I'm getting tired of plastic parts. So bring it in closer on this. So this is how this is going to fit. You can hear my kids in the background. They're playing on their slip and slide here. Okay, that's probably pretty good. Teflon the other end here. Whole goal is just to be able to turn the water on and leave it onto something like this without it leaking, because then that drives me nuts. Can't really leave something leaking on your property for very long. So I'll tangle this, thread this on here. And we'll see, we'll turn everything off and make sure we have good seal and everything. Okay, so everything's off here. Let's turn this on. Okay, so far looks good, no leaks. Okay, let's put the end on the hose reel. See how it looks. This is the hose wand. It's got a few different settings. I don't know. This part doesn't feel super heavy duty. Doesn't feel very heavy or metal. Feels pretty plasticky. So hopefully it's gonna hold up. I did plan on probably changing it with a wand for watering my greenhouse, so we'll see. Same deal. Might as well Teflon this here, and you maybe can get a better view of this. So try and hold it with one hand and then spool it out without letting the Teflon get all wrapped up. Okay, there we go. And here we go. All right, let's see here. We'll turn on the water. You can hear the air getting pushed out. It is 130 feet, and there we go. So let's check out the retraction here. Oh, I see one problem there. Is it is supposed to have a spool and unwind, and you can see in here that has it's not on the mechanism that would wind it up. Looks like that's out of place, so let me fix that real quick. That is on there. There's not a lot of give to that. I might have to take some screws off there to pull that apart, so I have enough room to actually put that in place. You can see here, you guys can see that that mechanism there should be around that, and it is not. And then this is a device that would help spool the hose back up and back and forth here. So let me go get the tool to unscrew this a little bit, so I've got room to work with. This is a little bit unfortunate when you're buying something brand new and it's not as it should be, but that's life, I guess. So I'm just thinking that if I release the screws here, it will have enough play in it that I can hopefully put that back together without having to do too much. And hopefully it'll all snap back together. I mean, up until this point, this has been a pretty nice unit, so hopefully this is just a minor thing. It's definitely coming apart a little bit there. I wouldn't think I need that much. Okay, so the thought process is now, as you can see here, now that it's released in the front, I'm just going to try and pull that apart a little bit, and then hopefully that'll give me enough space to put that back on. Oh, there's some screws at the top here. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so there we go. So that's exactly what happened. I have the space right now to pull it apart. So let's pop this side in. Easier said than done, I guess. I don't want to pry too much on that. Let's get my hand in there. Or maybe if I get this on, it'll... There we go. It's in there now. So the mechanism's attached there. You can see it's binding there now. Okay, and I have the room there. So now I just need to pop this zip into. You know what? That's actually, that side is in place. So it's all together now. Okay, let's put it back together here. So there is a 2-year warranty with this, if I remember correctly, on Amazon. So, I mean, I would have preferred for this was about $300 Canadian, which definitely is not cheap. So, you know, you'd like to not have problems right off the bat. And actually, that mechanism that spools the hose back, I probably would have liked to have seen that in some sort of metal. You know, that's just another way they cut costs, is to you know, have everything in plastic. But you know, that's a pretty key component to this, because if you have a 135 feet hose and you're trying to spool it back in on a self-retracting, if it's not adjusting the hose back and forth as you're going, you know, it's not gonna really work that well. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. I mean, 2-year warranty seems pretty good. The other thing that I was really keen on was that it was a 5/8 hose. You know, more volume, more torque, more load. I don't think you get torque in water hoses, but I think you get the point. Okay, so take 2 on the ratcheting mechanism. Let's go. Okay. So my understanding of this, you can see it's adjusting it, and let's go a ways here. So you can see it went all the way to the left here, and now it's moving itself back. Just have some of my fish tub bins there. You can see the orchard in the background. There's my garage. Wife's weeding the flower bed. And my understanding is there is a stop on this, or a some sort of marker. And then, so there, I just gave it a yank, and it's in place. So yeah, that is, I don't know if that's the full length. It is 118 feet, but yeah, that's the full hose. Different models, and I don't know, I'm feeling lucky, I guess. So yeah, might be feeling lucky, but probably no getting lucky. So anyways, other than that small snafu, well, let's pull it back in. So my understanding again is just give it a pull, and yeah, so I can feel it pulling back in. And the other feature of this was supposed to be that it's nice and slow, it's measured, so it's just gonna pull back in and destroy itself. My understanding is as well that you are supposed to take the water pressure off of it for longer life. So you can see there right now, as here I'll walk a little bit slower, you can see as it kind of goes back in, that mechanism is feeding it, spooling it back in, so it's moving the hose back and forth. Okay, let's see, is it going to go all the way in? Okay, looks to be all the way in. And I think I saw, I'm not sure if there is supposed to be something for that to sit on, but that's the hose reel. Okay, well, it doesn't hit the ground when it's in place. So all in all, first impressions, seems pretty slick. It doesn't leak so far, which is a big improvement over the other hose that it's replacing, which literally is soaking us as we're watering things. See, there's a little, that is something. I kind of thought maybe that was a place to attach the hose to, but all in all, seems pretty good so far. Splitter's in there. I don't think we'll have too many volume issues. It might be interesting to run a test and see the difference on how long it takes to fill a bucket straight from the hose bib through the splitter. And then I mean, I've looked it up online, like to go from a from a half-inch line to a 5/8 line is something like 60% in the difference, and then from a 5/8 to a 3/4 is another 60%. So if we're going from a 3/4 down to a half-inch volume reduction, that's a huge drop in flow. Not a big deal for what we're doing when we're filling a bucket or something, but if we're irrigating our garden, big difference. Okay, so hope everyone enjoyed that, and it was long for the journey with a little bit of unscheduled repairs in there. Anyways, everyone have a good day.